Daily Broadside, day 920. That's Weed Day, I believe. So I went to the Lorna Shore concert last night. A couple other bands, Shadow Intent, Peeling Flesh or Peeled Flesh. I think it's Peeling Flesh. And Black Dahlia Murder. It's good shows, weirdly enough. It was a year ago, the day before yesterday, that I saw Lorna Shore last year this time. They're kind of like the Monster Truck Jam. They're just coming through on a loop. But anyway, a couple things about my buddy Teeter. So I've known Teeter since 6th grade when we were smoking cigarettes before homeroom class, and we met because we came from different elementary schools that converged into the middle. And so I've known this goofball quite a long time, and yesterday he proved his goofballness thrice. First of all, we go to a restaurant beforehand. Nice joint called Fat Dog's, one of my favorite little local spots that's got bar food and whatnot, but always friendly waitresses. Kelly charged my phone yesterday. It was nice of her because I didn't have a charger. Anyway, so he gets there and we're ordering, and I got a Havarti and turkey sandwich with cucumbers and cream cheese. It's delectable. And he orders, he said, can I get a chicken Caesar wrap? Hold the lettuce. And I was like, the whole restaurant just stopped what they were doing, like a record scratch. It was like when the boys walked in to see the Shamalama Ding Dong group in the Animal House, and I'm like, what? Yeah, and I told him, I said to her, I said, you can't order a damn Caesar chicken wrap and hold the lettuce. I mean, that's it's like getting a bacon cheeseburger and holding the cheese and bacon. That's not what that is, But nevertheless, he went through it, and she just acted like, Kelly played it off like a consummate professional. But in her mind, she's thinking what I'm thinking, like, this dude's an idiot. Like, that just negates the whole point of it being a chicken Caesar. That's just chicken, You cut Julius all the way out of that, And so then we get to the show, and he totally proves himself, he redeems himself. You went and totally redeemed yourself. We go up to the snack bar. I guess that's what it would be called. Although I don't think we should call it a snack bar anymore, because some of this stuff's not a snack. You can get like a whole French fry and chicken tender meal and a pizza. I know that stuff's easy, but why do we all eat like 8-year-olds at a sporting or an event of some sort in a coliseum or an arena or whatnot? You never get like, can I get the fettuccine Alfredo? Hold the fettuccine, because that's what he would do. Or whatever. It's always like, can I get a hot dog and a popsicle? Can I get a fun dip and a Sprite? Can I get I don't know. But anyway, so he orders it, and she's like, the girl tending to us is named Bristy, and I was like, Bristy? What's that short for? And she's like, nothing. And I'm like, interesting. It was Christy with a B, and I'm like, never heard of a Bristy. Pleasure to meet you. And I'm sure she gets that a lot because her parents were like, let's call it Bristy. It's cool sounding. It makes her sound like, cheap tea. By the way, I've passed this couple walking every day for the last 2 or 3 days, and they walk every morning. I'm happy for them. It's good for the heart. And they've got their little walking sticks, but they walk in the freaking roads, and I'm avoiding potholes because this road's really potholey. And they like make their stick like I'm going to take them out or something. They need to chill the F out, okay? God, the last thing I need is vehicular manslaughter this morning, it's just excessive. I'm going to pull over and talk to them one day. Listen, y'all made it 71 years. Let's chill it out, okay? Ain't nobody hit you yet, and they're not going to hit. We all travel this road. Now everybody knows you're out here with your walking sticks, but if you would do us a kind favor and get on the sidewalk, we wouldn't have such an issue, and y'all wouldn't have such, pensive angst or whatever. Anyway, so Bristy hands us a couple drinks, and she's like, I got to take the tops off because, I want to throw a $7, Mountain Dew at a band. I'm like, y'all know what y'all are charging for these? We ain't throwing these things out. And once I'm done with it, I can't throw it more than like 8 feet. It's not going to have any, anyway. And so he proceeds to pull out a couple caps that he brought with him. He's like, I'm on to them. And I'm like, I said, that right there makes up for the fact that you took lettuce out of a salad, basically. You know, so then we're in the middle of the show, and you know, we're moving around at different spots. There weren't a ton of people there. Actually, there were a ton of people, because there were probably 2,000 people there. That's a ton of people. And so when Lorna Shore comes on, we're kind of pushed up. We're right at the front edge of the pit, right? Just basically just a revolving circle of idiots getting all their, I mean, that's what you do when you're 22. And I see these people my age in there, and I'm like, y'all gonna blow out an ankle. You're gonna get like an Achilles ruptured or a meniscus tear. I'm not doing. I got bumped into several times, like violently, because I'm watching the show, not watching them. It sucks when you have to stand there and face backwards because you don't want to get taken out, you know, by some goofball who's hopped up on, you know, Mountain Dew and Modelo. But anyway, so he goes, I'm going in the pit, you know, and I'm like, this is. So me and his wife are like, this is a bad idea, but we'll see you on the other side. So he comes back like a few minutes later, maybe 5 or 6 minutes later, completely out of breath. He's like, I'm too old for this. I'm like, we told you that. But he's lost a shoe. I was like, why are you taller on one side? He's like, I lost my shoe. So somewhere in there is like an ASIC or a New Balance or whatever people my age wear. And so he doesn't have a shoe for the rest of the show. We walked back to the car, probably 300 yards, and 2 of us had shoes, and one of us was just, you know, just doing that, like, like an inchworm, you know what I mean? He's just roping like an inchworm. But yeah, so anyway. But about the show, it's pretty good show. But I think Black Dahlia, I enjoyed them better. That was cool. I only spent $95 on shirts, so that's a good thing. God, shirts are ridiculous. I mean, it's all I wear really when I'm not working. But so I'm sitting there justifying it. I'm like, you don't go to like Banana Republic or American Eagle, or is J. Crew still a thing? You don't go to any of those places and buy clothes. And then I was like, where do you get clothes from? And I was like, oh yeah, concerts. That's like concerts and Carhartt dealers. That's like my entire wardrobe, you know. However, I have recently switched to MeUndies at the request of Joe Rogan, because I was wearing Saxx, S-A-X-X, and they're cool and all, but they were like bunching up on my legs. And there's nothing worse than having to pull your boxers out the bottom of your shorts, you know, 7 times a day. And so I was noticing so I was like, I'm going to give these MeUndies a try. So I ordered and you can get all kinds of crazy. I got ones with like balloon animals. I got ones with like clovers and lemon. I got one that's just got lemons all over it. You know, just all these different designs and everything. So, you know, I'm fashionable, you know, with the dermatologist when I strip down, and then they're like, take it all off. We've got to check you for molds. I've actually only done that once, so it's pretty exciting. This girl came in, and she was pretty. She was for a dermatologist, because I don't think they're all pretty. I mean, they can be, right? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But she was in there with a really pretty young girl, like an apprentice fake doctor that's trying to be a doctor. I don't know what she was, but they then just gawked at me nakedly, and then checked me for moles. And they took a mole off. That's why I went there, because I had one like right there that had gotten larger like in like a month and a half. And I'm like, this can't be good. And so I went there, and they injected it with this fluids, and then it just shaved it off with a razor. And I'm like, this is awesome. It's like body modification, but like legal, you know? Anyway, I was asking a nurse practitioner friend of mine, speaking of which, the other day, because I got a friend who has a bad tooth and doesn't have dental insurance, and he broke off a piece of it, and he's trying to get the rest out. And I said, I'll hit you, you know. I mean, if I, and he's like, man, if I knew it would work, I'd let you just lay me out. And I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome, you know. That'd be the greatest story. You're like, what happened? You know, like, I knocked the crap out of him, and his tooth came out. I knocked the crap. I didn't knock the crap out of him, but I tackled a kid in grade school when we were playing Smear the Q, if you know what I mean. Because that's what it was called back then in 4th and 5th grade. And I hit him so hard he lost a tooth, which I'm sure was just loose at the time, but he swallowed it. And then he had to, he was the same kid, oddly enough, that had swallowed a quarter, and his parents had to sift, I don't know what the word is, through stuff for the next few days to make sure that he passed the quarter. And I'm like, and I thought to myself then, I'm like, I think one day I'm going to have kids. And I'm like, makes me think I'm not, because that can't be fun, you know. Then you change your own kid's diaper, and you're like, this is not what I want to do, but it's you know, It's not that big a deal. Now, other people's kids, that, you know, you can keep your own quarters. But what was I talking about? I was talking about something. I've been talking about something. This girl opened her door and like 9 pounds of trash fell in the parking lot, and she's not picking up the rest of it. It's a great society we're trying to run. But I forget what I was going to say, as I've totally gotten sidetracked onto several other things. But that's where we're at, and I'm well over 10 minutes. Sorry about that. Y'all have a good one, Giddy.